Welcome to this week's edition of Rapid Motion Africa. It's the Challenge Show, Goldwagen Challenge and Altec Porsche 924s. Big thanks, as always, to Goldwagen for all of this fantastic action. Kyalami Grand Prix Circuit played host to the final round of the Pro Tour and the final round of Goldwagen Challenge. A couple of new cars came to play and a couple of new drivers for the very last time here at Kyalami. It was interesting stuff to see what was going to happen in the Class Bs and Cs. Dean Lester and Chad Bartram on pole and second. However, some problems on Friday cost them those two positions and handed Quinton Needham pole position.
All sorts of trouble for the guys up the road from you. Tell me what's going on.
Yeah, unfortunate incident between Chad and Dean. They took each other out yesterday in turn 2. Unfortunately for them, but yeah, I'm putting me on fourth and it's a pole now.
Yeah, Gossman up the road from you as well, proven to be underweight, so all of a sudden fourth place turns into a pole position. You should be able to run clear.
Yeah, I'm just going to, I've got a clear road in front of me and I'm just going to put my head down and go.
Philip, same story for you. Good qualifier, pretty respectable, but all of a sudden you moved up like 3-4 places.
Yeah, my car's been going a lot better. We've made some suspension changes and it's worked. But unfortunately, I only got one lap in qualifying before I also fell off in turn 2. So I'm starting at the back of the grid in the second heat. But let's see what happens in the first heat.
Certainly looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in this first heat down towards turn 1. Quinton Needham not getting such a good start off the line. The rest of the field getting off quite nicely and down towards turn number 1. And joining me in the commentary booth, as always, Graham Nathan.
Thank you very much, Greg. As you look there, Peter Thompson came through from 4th position. Quinton Needham really screwing up his start there. But he throws it up the inside of Adrian Dalton to take 3rd back. He's going to have to put his head down and go as hard as he can because even though the main contenders are out, he mustn't relax too much.
Speed Queen with a bonnet problem there. Whoopsie daisy, not going to be able to see that too easily, I'm sure, as we go into turn 3. Pulling onto the side of the circuit, maybe had to take evasive action there, but unfortunately Speed Queen's race looks like it might be run for the first heat.
Yanni van Rijn getting straight into the front. Elna Cruiser was on pole, so she's also had a very bad start. Unlike her husband, who did a great start, he's out in 1st place in Class B right now. I'm
feeling like a bit of deja vu from pole to 4th in both the Bs and Cs into turn 3 and 4. And of course, up into turn 3 and 4, this is Go GP. Whoa, a big spinner! A big spinner through Go GP there. And unfortunately, looks like there's going to be some problems in Class C early on. Out front in Class B, though, it's Philip Cruiser from Peter Thompson.
Philip Cruiser under huge pressure. Look at the advance here from Greg Gossman. He started at the back, qualified slightly underweight, so they put him at the back of the field, and look at that, he's up to 5th position as well.
Putting Dalton under pressure as they head up towards the top of the hill and into West Bank corner. Little Peter Thompson taking evasive action to keep Needham on the outside of him. So into the triple apex corner, there we see Gossman up the inside. Can he make it stick? Looks like he's got past Dalton, and Needham's going to try to go around the outside of Thompson.
Needham is trying the long way around. He's trying to set himself up for the bowl, Greg. If he wants to do anything at the bowl, he needs to be on the outside. But he's now slipstreaming Peter Thompson. Peter getting great drive down the mine shaft, through the mine shaft, on board with Derek Minnie. He's also coming from the back of the field. Let's have a look at the action up front.
As he goes onto the brakes into the bowl for the first time, and look at that, he's up the inside and up into 5th place in 1 lap. So, as always at Kyalami, streams of cars, but lots of action in Goldwagen. At the front end of C, though, as we go on board with Charles Smallberger, one of the youngest drivers in this category, he comes flying out on the tail end of Elna, and she's trying to close down on both Giles, and it looks like Yanni's getting away.
Yanni's still doing a great job out front. Giles doing a great job. He's up to 2nd position. This is probably one of the highest positions he's had all year. Running the line absolutely perfectly. No outbraking, no anything wrong, and he's doing a great job.
He certainly is, but Yanni van Rooyen is the man to beat, and hopefully he's going to take the double away from him today because he has been untouchable at the last couple of events. Derek Minnie has got ahead of Peter Thompson. Thompson's dropped back slightly there. Justin Taylor starting to come through the field quite nicely as well. As we see the B58 car coming through there. Is that a bomber? No, indeed. That is actually Daniel Sebastian.
Up the inside of Philip Cruiser goes Quinton Needham. No, not this time. Oh, yes. Philip opened the door. Quinton is going to grab it. He's going to put his head down. Tries. Oh, look at this. Greg Gossman on the grass, on the tar, wherever it takes. These guys are going at it. This is going to be 3 into 1. Are we going to get through there all in one piece?
Well, hopefully they're on. No, they're not on Goodyear tyres. These guys are on Dunlop tyres as they go into Goodyear corner and coming around the outside. What a maneuver there from Gossman. He went on the inside as we saw Needham go around the outside. Philip Cruiser had no answer, and now Derek Minnie sitting there going, right, it's time to put the pressure on. He is now rattled, and if I can put some more rattling on him, I'm going to get past.
Philip had a look at the inside of Greg Gossman, but it slowed him down a little bit going into the first test. Derek Minnie flicks it up the inside, takes the position away from him, says to him, if you snooze, you lose, buddy.
You certainly do in this game. You cannot afford to open up a door or to make a mistake anywhere on this track, especially at Kyalami, because it's such a longer circuit, so there's so much more time for the guys to get ahead.
Gossman goes up the inside. Sorry, Greg.
No problem.
He goes up the inside. Can he make it stick? This is going to be a drag race down to the mine shaft and into the bowl. Who is going to get there first and who can make it stick? Who's got the biggest kahunas? Around the outside or up the inside? Let's have a look. There they go.
Well, Needham hangs onto the outside, sliding through the sweep and into the bowl now, climbing on the brakes. Needham hangs onto that inside line. Oh, he gets it sideways. They nearly touch between the two of them. There's just enough room to put a wing mirror, but that's about all there was.
On board with Derek Minnie as we watch this battle. Have a look into the next right-hander. Sideways action, evasive action. These guys are just on the limit.
Unbelievable.
Greg Gossman has managed to do it. Greg has done it. He's got to the front. Quinton Needham decides not this time. He's not going to put any more pressure on him, because as he puts pressure and slows him down, so Derek Minnie gets right up behind him.
I think Greg Gossman's been watching Jacques Peskins. That's the kind of maneuver you see on a superbike around the outside of that corner. Not a lot of guys. Here's a different camera angle from our crew. As you can see, Rapid Motion Africa bringing you all the action here from Kyalami. The final round of Pro Tour and Goldwagen Challenge. And it's Derek Minnie who's now putting the pressure on. Peter Thompson has got ahead, and looks like Philip Cruiser is starting to fall back into the field.
Peter Thompson went right around the outside of Philip Cruiser through that second corner, which is one of the fastest on the racetrack. Oh, somebody's broken down here. Car number 70. Is he going to get it to off the racetrack? Here's hoping that the marshals don't have to push. Yes, it is. But have a look at this Class C battle. Elmer Cruiser has got up to behind Giles Derrick, right behind, and she's trying everything she knows to get right past him.
An amazing drive once again from young Smallberger. He's tucked in behind Elna and using her basically as a target, trying to get up to that battle between Giles Derrick and Yanni van Rooyen. I don't think they'll catch Yanni van Rooyen. The way that incredible golf is working today, it is absolutely perfect. These are the back markers. A couple of new guys thrown in for good measure here. That's Torsten. Of course, Torsten Hein, brand new man to Goldwagen, and looking forward to him. Just ahead of him is Greg Riley, and Greg Riley, one of our press guys and local commentator, he's doing a superb job in his little Fox.
He's doing a great job the first time out. That car arrived sort of the morning of the racetrack. Andy Gossman and Greg Gossman got that thing together in no time at all for him to jump into it and have a go. But he's doing a great job. I'm sure he's having absolutely heaps of fun.
There's no doubt about it, and as you can see, Marius Lotz is on his tail, so he's not at the back of the field and holding his own there. Not bad. So he can talk the talk and walk the walk.
Back to the front though, we've got Quinton Needham. He's managed to get away a little bit from Gossman, but Derek Minnie hasn't let up for 1 second. He wants that second position. He's right there. He's going to capitalize on the fact that Lester and Bartram aren't there. Derek is going to have a go any minute now, I'm sure.
Well, he's up the inside now. There he sees Gossman saw him coming, so he took the inside line. Now Derek Minnie tucks in behind the man in the blue Golf in second place. A little bit of a squirrely stuff coming out there into third gear as they come onto the corner and down the main straightaway towards the fastest part of the circuit. Minnie pulls out wide. Can he out-drag him down to turn 2?
Minnie has a look up the inside. He's just putting pressure. All he's doing is making that mirror of Gossman's full of yellow streaks at the moment. This side, that side. Minnie's having a look. Gossman gets it all sideways. Can he catch it? Is it going to go in the wall? Bang! There it goes, straight into the wall. Gossman under huge pressure in his mirror, and he makes a mistake.
Well, that was a massive mistake there from Gossman. He shouldn't have been looking in the mirrors. He should have been concentrating on what was in front of him, and he would have been able to stay on the track. But right now, he's parked in the middle of nowhere. This could possibly end up with a safety car. We'll have to wait and see. Gossman, you can see, is moving in the car, so he's not too badly injured. I'm sure he's a bit shaken up, though. Here we go, on board with Derek. Look at this. It is absolutely sideways there, Nate. How do you catch that, bud?
Big throttle and then big brakes and pray, but he couldn't get there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that little Golf had enough power to get him out of that spin, but he ended up in the wall there. You can see getting back in the car. He's all okay, but a massive big crash there in turn 2 as you see the Subaru safety car coming out, and we are going to be under safety car, I think, until the end of this race because it was right near the end. So Gossman parked on the side, the safety car takes the cars across the line, and what a good drive there. Superb effort from Quinton Needham, coming back to recover from his pole position and bad start to take the victory ahead of Derek Minnie, and Yanni van Rooyen dominated Class C. Top of the championship battle is between Class A and P, and there were a couple of guys really looking forward to the battle royal on the front end of the field. Thompson and Jacobs going for the overall and going for Classes A and P respectively.
We had a few good results in the beginning of the year, and had a bit of a dip, and then a few good results again towards the end. I've already wrapped up Class A at the previous round at Swartkops. There's still the overall championship to be sewn up. I'm 13 points ahead of Jakes in Class P. So I think basically just I'll keep my nose clean, and I think a top 4 finish in the next, or in Heat 1 will sew it up.
So Lee Thompson was on pole position ahead of Georgia Condominides and Quinton Thompson. In Class B, Jake Jacobs, Clayton LaRue and Andre Tenapel would do battle.
Wayne, right at the end of the season in the Goldwagen Challenge, and it has been a challenge for you, especially in the Class A's. Tell me what happened.
Well, yesterday we were out in our third practice and the car was feeling really good. And coming through the mine shaft at about 175, the right front rim broke. So I went into the tyre wall, probably at about 150.
How can you tell that story so relaxed? That is a big crash.
Because it's gone through my mind about 60 times. So even this morning's warm-up driving through there, I was having a look to scheme, what's going on. But yeah, I've got over it. Neck's a bit sore, back's a bit sore, but I'll survive.
So from the bridge down towards turn 1, Lee Thompson gets off the line quite nicely. Georgia Condominides follows him down towards turn 1 as we go on board with Gerard Henning in the Robbie's Auto Volkswagen Golf.
Gerard gets a whole bunch of wheel spin. I think he's going to compromise his start. Having a look at the shot earlier, there were a couple of cars up his inside. Yes, there it goes. Andy Goshman comes from nowhere, passes Quinton Needham, Ray Wilford. Gerard Henning has gone down to about 6th position.
And he's about to lose it to Valdi Monkeys as they go into turn 2 and 3 now. Flicking it to the left-hand side on Valdi Monkeys' tail as Class P gets underway. Jake Jacobs, looks like Clayton LaRue and Tenapel going to be the guys to give him the good run. And down towards turn 1, what a start. The SS Telecoms car is absolutely flying.
Andre Tenapel gives Jake a how's about that? Wake up call. On the start line with Class P.
Certainly did as they go up towards turn 3 now. This is going to be tight stuff. You can see that all of the usual contenders are here in the house, and it looks like there is going to be some serious problems. Look at that, that's Wouter Ruiz. He's in a slightly different car, remember. He crashed his car at the last one, taking a very different line there in the Time Mining Polo player as opposed to the classic that he normally drives. As we go back to the guys that are battling here in Class A, and that is Ronan Kwambi, stepping off 2 wheels into 4 and driving in Kiram's spare car, and it looks like he's holding his own there.
Ronan doing a great job. Valdi Manke's sitting there going, hey, aren't you supposed to be riding a bike? Oh, a big spin. Looks like the wheel's broken off there. That's Dion Holiday that's lost the wheel going into clubhouse.
Looks like he's going to be starting his holiday real soon, because that is the end of the day's racing for this particular heat for him as they go back to the front end of Class P. And look at this. Jakes has got ahead. So has, in fact, Tenapel has dropped back. Clayton LaRue has got to 2nd. So we are in for a ding-dong here. There's the wheel, and there's the car.
Absolutely. Car stranded. I wonder if there's going to be a safety car. They're going to be able to get it out of there quick enough. But let's go back to the front. Quinton Thompson sitting there right back into 5th position. He's gone from 3rd to 5th, whilst Georgia Condominides, relentless pressure on Lee Thompson.
He certainly has all the problems in the back end of Class A. That is the Volkswagen Beetle getting completely out of shape and onto the grass. Then he tucks in behind some of the back barkers. All problems here. Look at that, evasive action. And Ronan Kwambi spins it out. Rodriguez tags him right in front of the Interfall Boma.
Yeah, that's the right place to get that coverage for your sponsor, eh? But out in front, the Interfall car of Lee Thompson doing exactly what he needs to do. He just needs to sit there and circulate, get some points. Wayne Masters coming from the back of the field after a monumental crash at the end of the day yesterday in qualifying. He goes right back through the racing to about 4th or 5th position.
Holiday's car being pulled off the racing area there and out of the kitty litter. We saw the stranded car of Ronan Kwambi. So a couple of cars out there. Just as you called it, Nate, Subaru safety car comes onto the track and we're under safety car conditions for a couple of laps. It's early on in the race, so there's enough time to get rid of those cars and to resume racing proper.
This is when the tactics arrive, Greg. Everybody gets right in behind, and then the safety car goes in. They are flat out and going again. There we go. Lee Thompson knows about the drill, jumps on the throttle, and off he goes. But Gerard Henning is putting pressure on Ray Wilford. He understands a little bit about safety car and rolling start, and he wants to have a go at 4th.
Ray Wilford should have a bit of understanding on that because he's been in Westbanks for a couple of years and they do a rolling start, so he should have been right on the tailpiece there of Gossman, but wasn't. He was caught napping, and that has allowed both of those cars behind him, of Henning and Needham, to catch him really early on.
Ryan Thole is coming through the field I don't know what's happened to Andre Tenopel. I don't know if he's made a mistake or missed a gear or what the problem is. Ryan has gone up to 3rd position. He qualified down in 4th with an ailing motor car, but he has sorted it out and he is trying as hard as he can.
Sean Dodd's right on his tail in the Kopanong car, and then, oh, there you can see the SS Telecoms car just behind. So yeah, definitely problems for Tenopel somewhere on the circuit. There is some serious problems at the front end of this field because Jake Jacobs is getting away, and these guys didn't want that to happen. You saw on the start line how determined they were to spoil the day for the champion.
But Jake's also doing a great job. He just has to finish as high as he possibly can. If Lee wins, he needs to win. That is the pressure on Jake. Going up the inside of Ray Wilford. Ray has got a problem. That car is being passed by too many at once to be all running on all 4 of the cylinders.
Yeah, there's a problem there. You can see he's pulled right onto the left-hand side of the sweep. I mean, the mine shaft heading into the sweep. And now we go back to the front. No changes there. Economides cannot find a way past. And it looks like Lee Thompson has got this sewn up. Now remember, as we said, the championship is what is up for grabs here, the overall championship. And of course, Lee Thompson and Jake Jacobs are battling for that. They both need double victories today.
They both need double victories. They both need double fastest laps. Although Lee's got quite a cushion. But, you know, Lee Thompson is a racer. He's going to go and try and win the last race of the year in the VWC Challenge. And so is Jake's. But pressure all the way through Class A. Wayne Masters trying as hard as he possibly can. Here he goes up the inside of Quinton Thompson. Can he make it stick? He has. Quinton lets him go. He probably doesn't want to get into the battle, but Wayne running slightly wide there onto that Astro. It's going to make the car nice and slippery on the way. Whoa, talking about slippery, Andy Goshman slipping and sliding his Mark II Golf all over the racetrack.
He certainly is. He held on well to that. You can see that Gerard Henning is looking to bounce. He sees there might be a problem with traction in the front end. Goes up the inside on the brakes late. What a maneuver. Thanks for coming. Gerard Henning takes it. He runs a little bit wide. In fact, a little bit too wide. And Gossman just comes back in and says, yeah, you see, you got to be good on the brakes at Westbank to get past me.
That's called experience, Greg. Gossman sitting there nice and calm. Gerard puts the horns out and he makes the error. Wayne Masters off after those two, though. That is for 3rd position on the racetrack. Goshman locks the brakes up, going down into the bowl. Huge pressure, puts the car on 3 wheels. So does Gerard Henning. These guys are pushing this right to the limit.
Yeah, they certainly are, and I think it's going to be down to the wire stuff between those guys. At the front end, I think it's pretty much sorted out. We're about 2/3 of the way through this race, and you can see that Wayne Masters has caught onto the back end of these 2 Mark II Golfs. So the Mark IV about to go ahead and say, right, 2 times 2 equals 4. I've got to get ahead of both of you.
Gerard Henning doesn't want to make that happen. He's trying as hard as he possibly can. He wants Andy Goshman. He's got Wayne Masters all over the back of him. But the pressure is now on. He's looking forward and he's looking backwards. Can he make it stick? Goes defensive, runs it slightly wide, takes the line, squeezes the power on, and keeps Wayne Masters behind him. Andy Goshman, in retaliation of this, has put his head down in a stride. Wayne Masters is playing peekaboo in the mirror. If you remember from an earlier race in Class B, Wayne was going inside, outside, all over. Gerard Henning to the outside now. Wayne Masters goes up the inside. He makes it stick. Gerard is having to run wide. He sticks it right to the outside, slots in behind Wayne Masters, and down the road they go.
That was a sneaky move there from Wayne Masters. He went right, and Gerard Henning saw him dive to the right to block him, and then just tucked up the inside into the left hand through Vodacom. Now they go through turn 1, and look at how close this battle is. The 2 Mark II Golfs now sandwiching that Mark IV Jonas Way Volkswagen Golf as they head up towards turn 3. Can Wayne Masters make up one more position? If he does, that's an amazing drive from the back of the field to 3rd place.
That would be a great drive. That car isn't perfectly straight. Voldy Mank is putting huge pressure on Quinton Thompson. Voldy wants Quinton's position. Quinton runs it slightly wide onto the Astro. Looking in the background there, another car onto the Astro Turf. That's Gavin Ross. He is defending from Craig Murray, but back into Goodyear. Voldy hasn't let go for 1 minute. That motor car trying as hard as he possibly can in the hands of Voldy. Ryan Thola has gone up to 2nd position. He has taken it away from Clayton LaRue. Has Clayton got a problem, or has Ryan just done the business?
Classics versus the players here in Class B, and the Classic leads out at the moment. The player sandwiches 2nd and 3rd. Then we've got the 2nd of the Classics. He's in 3rd place at the moment and trying to catch that Pren Properties car of Ryan Thole. Martin LaRue Motors with Clayton LaRue on the wheel, I should say, looking for a way to try and catch those boys. But it is Jake Jacobs who once again has got away and is the class of the Class B field.
He's doing a great job. Sean Dodd just sitting behind this battle thinking to himself, are these guys going to have a go, slow each other down, have an accident, do something but this is boring.
Yep, into the final stages of the race. Karen Henning has not been able to find a way past Wayne Masters, and in turn, Masters, oh, he puts pressure off. Look at that, Gossman having to take real big evasive action coming out of turn 13 into Vodacom. There we go, Jonas Waykar up the inside into third place, and unfortunately, Gossman had no answer.
Kyalami going on to the Astro. He's trying to get a slingshot. He's taken to the outside to trying to get a slingshot. The outside line might work in a straight line, but in the turns, for some other reason, when you ride on the AstroTurf, it makes the tires incredibly, very, very slippery.
Oh, he gets it completely sideways. Talking about slippery tires, that's what happens. You go into the outside line, you try and turn it in. As he saw at the inside, we had Gossman coming through. He tapped the brakes. Worst thing in the world you could have done, because that just put him into the spin.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened there. He just went straight into a slide, and he had to catch it. But this is it for the lead. Lee Thompson takes the win from George Economides. More than that he can't do.
3.2 seconds ahead of third place, and can you believe who was in third? After all the action we saw, the Jonas Way Golf 4 of Wayne Masters comes through in third place, ahead of Gossman, and Voldy Monkeys hangs on to fifth place. Confirmation of Class B, Jacobs from Thole, Clayton LaRue in third, Sean Dodd and Andre Tenapel.
Lee, end of race number 1, and that's the job done. No one else is going to be able to catch you, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Look, it's been a tough year with the overall championship with all Jakes, scoring very good at every meeting. But finally, you know, last race of the season, we've got Class A and we've got overall championship. Just a special thanks to Sheldon, Interfile, Kieran Kwambi, my teammate, who unfortunately missed today, my family, fiance, Gotik especially, keeping the horsepower there.
Well, join us after the break for Heat 2 action from the Goldwagen Challenge. Welcome back to our coverage of the final round of the Pro Tour, and you can see that the InvestChem and Goodyear guys gave our Goldwagen Challenge cars a chance to take part in the parade. But the racing was what we were here for, and Heat 2 action was about to start down towards turn 1. It is Peter Thompson off the line who got an amazing start. Much better than Quinton Needham. Needham is battling off pole position, but they're side by side going into turn 1. He gets a slightly better drive, and all problems already for Philip Cruiser. Can you believe this? The man who was leading out in the first race is now parking it at turn 1.
That's a big oil problem. I think he's got an alternator problem because the Conrad came out and slapped the alternator right off. But that's the end of Philip Cruiser's race. Yanni van Rooyen gets a great start. Elna also gets a great start this time. She goes up the inside of Giles Derrick, sitting on board with Charles Smallberger. He's in 4th position here. He's sitting watching this racing, learning every single minute of every day that he drives that young man.
Around the outside was Elna Cruz on Giles Derrick. She's going to hang on to second place if she can just keep it later on the brakes into turn 3 and 4. Now they come up onto those braking markers. It is Giles Derrick who's got the inside line. Elna goes side by side. There's enough space for the two of them to go around there, although Elna just gets forced a little bit wide. The one thing I must say is that Giles Derrick and Elna have got a lot of respect for each other as we on board with Charles Smallberger and then back out into the action down towards Goodyear.
That's huge respect there. There's a great big gap, enough to get another car in between them, but these guys just don't want to scratch the equipment. Charles Smallberger sitting there going, would one of you two please get a move on?
Yes, indeed. Right at the front end of Class B, though, the move is on. Adrian Dalton is part of that move. Can you handle it? This is a great drive from him. We haven't seen much of him during the season, but he has been there and thereabouts. Now he's up in the thick of it. And when I say the thick of it, I mean the thick of it, because look at that. Derek Minnie is up into 3rd place from the back of the field. So he's not holding back whatsoever. He wants to get going and try and catch that leading golf. And of course, that is Quinton Needham.
Quinton Needham still out in front by quite a long way on Devon Masters. Devon sitting there going, where must I find the pace, bud?
I don't know. It's not easy to find the pace around this circuit, especially when you get blocked slightly by an incident. And of course, a couple of incidents in this race already, and we're only on lap 1. Now as they head towards the start-finish straight, look at this action. Dalton up the inside. Can he get a second? Yes, he can. Now, sorry, that's 3rd. I keep forgetting Needham is out in front.
Yeah, he's so far out in front. Up the inside now goes Derek Minnie. He has made it stick. He's in 2nd place. That's Rory Atkinson. In the first time he's driven on the racetrack, he's used to driving karts. This thing's a lot bigger than a kart, so locking up the brakes happens a lot more often, bud.
A much better start there from Speed Queen as well. She's in amongst the action just behind us. You can see the pink and black and white car there. Speed Queen Racing. That is Wilma van Rensburg. This is the first time we've actually seen her completing more than 1 or 2 laps, because her first couple of outings she really battled to get. Oh, Taylor in the background going completely sided. Turn 2, and these boys are not working today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's something going wrong in turn 2. Or they all like the marshal out there, one or the other. Derek Minnie got his head down, trying as hard as he possibly can. Dalton is having a go at Masters. There's another Masters in the racing, and they are going at it again.
They certainly are. Bevan Masters and Adrian Dalton side by side, and then just swapping positions every time they get to a corner. Whoever has the best on the brakes. Elna's up to second behind Yanni. Giles Darroch on her tail now. So the battle between Darroch and Elna is definitely starting to come to the forefront of Class C, and it is Elna who leads out at the moment. She's in second place on the road, but battling hard for that 3rd position.
Battling like that is giving Yanni van Rooyen a break, though. That he can put his head down and go away. He doesn't have to concentrate on blocking, out braking, or anything like that. All he does is focus on the job at hand, meeting the apexes, standing on the throttle when he can, and going away.
Certainly is. Just behind, though, in the red, yellow, or blue City Golf, it is the blue City Golf there. That, of course, is Dion van der Walt. So van der Walt with a brand new car here this weekend, and I can see that it is probably not on the pace that he'd like it to be just yet.
Dion van der Walt's had more motor cars this year than I've had shoes, man. Jeez, but he's doing a great job. He drives anything. He's a true racer. He'll jump into anything and have a go.
He certainly will, and it's good to see him back and racing. A little bit further back here, this is a battle looking really good here between the 41 car, Torsten Hein, and Alvin Kutsia in the MFC car just ahead of him. So battles right through the field, as always, in Goldwagen Challenge.
Out to the front, though, once again, Quinton Needham. He is leading by a mile. He is up and going away. Somebody should tell him, roll off the throttle. Oh! Roll off the throttle, break your wheel off. Done. That's an extreme, buddy. But keep it in the game.
That is not the way to end a season. Parked with 2 wheels on the side of the circuit. Derek Minnie here on board with him as they go through there. You can see Needham's car on the outside. Both wheels braking. What went wrong then? Graham, that was a massive one.
It looks like it snapped one of the rear side shafts right off. The car bounced around on the racetrack, breaking the other one off and almost going upside down, Greg.
Fortunately, he didn't roll, because that could have caused some serious damage to both himself and the car. It's just the rear axle that looks like it's damaged there as we go back to the back markers now. They haven't stopped the race just yet, so we're still under racing action here, and things looking really good at the back end of this field. You can see the 52 car in there. Now that is Andrew Stevens battling with Wilma van Rensburg, and right now van Rensburg has taken that lead and gone away from him.
But the race is still out in front in Class C. This is still for 2nd position. Can you believe it? The Elna Cruiser is trying to get a bit of a breather between herself and Giles Darroch. Giles has just decided to hang on as hard as he possibly can right to the end.
That's all he needs to do, put the pressure on, as we've seen a couple of times in this coverage. If you just put the pressure on, show your mirrors, show the person in front of you that they're in your mirrors, and you're going to be in some serious problems when that pressure comes, because when it does come, you can see things happening thick and fast. Adrian Dalton under pressure now from Minnie around the outside of the sweep into the bowl. Derek Minnie's got the inside line. He should have this on the brakes.
This is for the lead, Greg. It might be that Dalton has decided to give it back, because I think he passed under yellow with regards to the Quinton Needham incident, but I don't think Derek Minnie is taking that chance. He just wants to make sure he can win this one. So driving to the front and not relying on the COC for the win is the way to go, Derek.
That's exactly the way to go. Don't worry about the decisions made. Rather make your own decisions in the car and have to fight them outside. Right now, the battles continue right the way through. Bevan Masters hanging on for dear life. He's tucked in now, looking for a way to try and catch that polo. There we see Greg Riley in amongst the thick of it as well. Alvin Kutsia's got ahead of him. Yes, she has. And it looks like he's got ahead of a couple of drivers. Torsten Hein is just behind. And the 23 car going in there. He's stuck in between Greg Riley. That's Marius Lotz, also a newcomer to Goldwagen Challenge.
Alvin going defensive here. She's got 3 very hungry men wanting that position, and she's going to try as hard as she can. She wants it as well. Greg Riley bouncing that fox around the racetrack. They haven't got the suspension quite sorted, but back to the front. Derek Minnie and Dalton are trying as hard as they can. They haven't let up. Adrian hasn't let him go away with it. You can see that he's trying everywhere. Bouncing across the lawn. Not quite the fastest line, but whatever works.
Even on the whoop section they're using it. So it is Derek Minnie who's going to take the victory ahead of Adrian Dalton. A great drive from Dalton, though. That is his first time on the podium for 2009, and that bodes well for the 2010 season. There you can see confirmation of those results. Bevan Masters eventually finishing up in 3rd. Rory Atkinson and Daniel Sebastian making it 3 new names on the Class B podium. Yannick van Rooyen once again in Class C.
Fantastic. It's taken a long time to get here, and I just thank all my friends and family for their support. Ross at RBTS and Ted from AfriShocks, and all the guys put a good effort, Harry and my friends, and it was fantastic, and I'm really glad to have finished the race with a win.
Yanni, a great way to finish the year and wrap up the championship. Double at the final round here at Kyalami. Good job.
Well, thank you very much. It was a long year. Enjoyed it very much. It's time to have a bit of a rest now.
That's what we were saying. But you've been under pressure the whole year, points-wise, certainly, from Elna.
Yes, absolutely. Elna is obviously a very, very, very good driver. And to keep her at bay, it takes some doing. It really does.
Moving on to the final race of the day for Goldwagen Challenge. It's race 2, classes A and P. And are we going to see the double from Lee Thompson? Or can we see a resurgence from that man who's now in second place? Gerard Henning, remember, he took a victory in the last round of Goldwagens. He's looking to take one here in the final round.
Baldy Mankey's right in the thick of it there. 4th or 5th position. Ray Wolford comes through from 6th or 7th, right up into 4th place. That puts Quinton Thompson right under pressure again. But have a look at the weather, Greg. It's getting really dark out there. The guys are trying. It's cold. It's slippery. The lights are even on some of the safety cars, and a better start this time from Jake Jacobs, eh?
Much better off the line from Jakesy, not so good from Thole, but that's kind of what we expect. Voter Rus at the back end. Great to see Holiday back in there. They fixed that car, or should I say you fixed that car, because he's now right on the back end of Barry Groenewald. The Custom Technologies man is under some pressure from Holiday as they go into Go GP corner.
Dion Holiday's over, and back to the front of the field. Lee Thompson has sort of signed it up, Greg. He's won this championship. He's out there just to have a play, but there's no playing, not between Ray Wolford and Quinton Thompson. These two have been going at each other all year. Ray goes up the inside. Quinton tries to go up the inside. On the way out, slightly over the grass, but not this time. Ray slams the door. Let's have a look. Wayne Masters coming from the back of the field again. As you know, he had that crash earlier, and he has to start both heats from the back.
And he's doing a great job so far. He's got ahead of the Beetle. He's got ahead of a couple of the usual contenders in our category. So Class A looking like it's going to be a humdinger. And I tell you, if the rain comes down, we are going to be in for some serious fun.
There's going to be proper slipping and sliding. Clayton LaRue all over the back of Jake Jacobs. Jakes is probably sitting thinking, hey, where'd you come from? Voter Rus has a look. Dion Holiday slams the door. Voter obviously not used to paying for the panels on the silver car, because in his car I'm sure he would have shoved it straight in there.
I think he might have just gone right through that yellow and orange polo, but right now he taps off, and yeah, it's a better part of valor, as they say, going into the bowl. Now he comes under braking, he chokes up the inside. Can he make a thing?
Right,
look at Thole putting massive pressure on there.
Oh, that's real pressure, like push pressure, man. Ryan Thole trying to get right in the boot of Andre ten Appel's car. Andre doing a great job here. He hasn't been racing that much this season, but the little bit of racing he's done, he does a great job. Ryan Thole goes up the inside. Slams the door. Andre ten Appel decides, not now. Where'd he go? There he goes. Andre, in doing that, runs right off the racetrack.
Yeah, he was watching his mirrors to see if the Print Properties car was going to come following through, but it did. Now we got two classics that have unfortunately been outdone by the two players. So it is Sean Dodd in the Coppenon car who also snuck through, and now Andre ten Appel has a massive amount of work to do.
Back to Class A, Quinton Thompson, Andy Gossman, Valdi Mankis, Gavin Ross. Gavin not featuring so good today, but he's right there. Wayne Masters sitting behind Gavin, but he's not coming through the field as fast as he did in the first heat.
I think the pace in the second heat is a lot higher than what it was in the first heat, and you can see the conditions are optimum right now because it's slightly cooler, the engines are working better, but the problem that they've got is their rain is coming, and it's coming big time.
Absolutely, I'm sure the rain's coming. Maybe the guys that are looking after their tyres are making sure that in the rain they've got a little bit of tread, a little bit of grip, but Baldy Mankey's doing a great job there. He's pounding all over the back of Andy Gossman. Some tyre smoke. Ray Wolford definitely pushing as hard as he can. As you can see there, Baldy Mankey's doing the same thing. Up over the inside, the car bounces. Wayne Masters still not coming through as quickly as we thought he should, eh?
No, definitely not. He's finding it a lot more difficult this time out. You can see he's actually falling back, and he's completely out of it right now. As you see Rodriguez coming through there, he's got ahead of Gavin Ross. So the battles continue in Class A. This championship, oh, it looks like a bit of rain there. Was I picking up on rain? I think we might be seeing some rain, Nate. This is going to change things completely.
Absolutely. Although there's still dust when the guys go off the racetrack, I'm sure they'll spot the rain. The cars are going to start slipping and sliding, especially on the brakes. That's when the rain plays havoc. Look at that. You can see a wall of water as they ride into it.
I was about to say, as you get up onto Westbank, that's normally the first place that hits, and that's where the rain comes first, and there you see it in its glory. You don't get better than this Johannesburg thunderstorm on a Saturday afternoon. You are now in for some serious trouble on the racetrack.
Voldimankie's got the wipers on as fast as they can go. There they stop now. I don't know if they've broken or if he switched them off to try and let the Rain-X on the windscreen do the work. But Quinton Thompson, whoa, big brakes there. Voldimankie's just turning to get out of the way, I'm sure.
Here we go on board. This is how difficult it is to see Ryan Thole, the Friend Properties Volkswagen Polo, heading down towards the sweep. This is the second fastest part of the circuit, but you can see he's rolling off very gingerly, and that's exactly what I think most people would do, except you.
No, I'm sure I would brake a little bit, but yeah, whoa, hey, balancing on the brakes as Ryan locks it up, going into the bowl. Very, very slippery there. You can hear the engine note has changed significantly. Although down here, this is turn 2. This is the other side of the racetrack, and surprisingly enough, it is bone dry.
Yeah, a lot drier. Here comes the rain. Here comes the rain. Commentators curse there. Don't worry about it. It happens to us all the time. So on the brakes, you can see Thompson putting the pressure onto Voldimankie's. Now they're going to try and do the drag race towards Goodyear Corner. Side-by-side action. Gossman's just ahead of them. Behind them is Rodriguez. And it looks just behind there looks like that's Craig Murray, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think that is Anton Krul. He's driving inside Cronier's motor car for the day. But have a look at this rain. The sun is shining. It's raining. You can't see because there's glare. How are these oaks managing?
Well, at that sunset corner they've just gone through now, also known as Goodyear, now onto the brakes. You can see up the inside. Oh, easily done. Too easy, in fact. I'm sure these guys are really finding it difficult. First of all, into the glare of the sun, but now with the rain on the windscreen, it's going to make it even more difficult. Not so bad for the Polo driver there, because Jake Jacobs just snuck through. Clayton LaRue's in second place now in Class P. Up to third, it looks like that was, yes, Ryan Thole still in third place.
Yeah, Ryan Thole. These guys are going past Henry van Vletter. He's driving a brand new car in Class X, which is a class that they are developing and trying to get to work for next year. But Ryan soaring away at the steering wheel, trying to keep control of his Polo, straight back onto the back of Clayton LaRue. But as I said earlier, the engine note a lot lower. There's a lot less anger and aggression on the throttle. Lee Thompson down into the bowl.
And onto the brakes, and a massive lead over his rival. Second place, it's still Gerard Henning, hanging on for dear life, but Ray Wolford is now the man to look very ominous. Unfortunately for Ray, he's got those very day glow lights, and he doesn't have to worry about putting lights on, because you're going to spot that at night or even the day, especially here in the rain. The man is worried about them, though, of course, is this man in this first of the Golf 2s. That's Gerard Henning.
Gerard Henning under huge pressure from Ray. Ray likes the water, and he's had a little bit of experience in the water here. Goes inside, goes outside. He's probably going to run right around the outside of Bungie, getting it all sideways, catching it perfectly. Great job there from Ray Wolford. Losing out a little bit to Gerard Henning, but he has got his head down and trying hard. Lee Thompson once again down into the bowl. Locks up the brakes, yes. Oh, he does too. He locks it up and runs it right off the racetrack. Not the way to finish the year, Lee.
Well, if he can keep it on the brown stuff and keep it going, he might return and not lose a position, and that's exactly what he does. That is the gap he's got between himself and second place Gerard Henning, and Ray Wolford in third. So even a little mistake like that, he cannot be beaten.
That's no little mistake. That's a grassroots scenic route, but the race is on here. Greg, these guys are going at it. Ray Wolford is probably just sitting there putting pressure on Gerard. The same thing is happening in Class P. Ryan Thole is putting pressure on Clayton LaRue. Ryan falling back a little bit. The car getting a little bit sideways, going into Westbank. He runs right around the outside to try and get some grip out of those tires.
Fortunately, the rain has stopped, but there's still water on the track, so you can see some guys still using their windscreen wipers, others choosing not to. The actual rain itself has completely stopped, but look at this. It is the closing stages. The checkered flag is going to come out. Lee Thompson makes it a double victory on the day to seal his Class A and overall championship in the Goldwagen Challenge.
Great job there by Lee Thompson. Jake Jacobs doing exactly the same thing. Out in front, just sitting there going, I have to only win to win my class. Unfortunately, he can't take the overall championship because of the good job that Lee Thompson has done. A great drive by both of those guys all year.
Fantastic effort and great action as always in Class A and P. There's confirmation of the results. Thompson, Wolford, Henning, Rodriguez and Thompson. Jake Jacobs takes Class P ahead of LaRue and Thole, Sean Dodd and Barry Groenewald.
But Class P was all about you.
Yeah, Matt, we tried our harder to catch Lee, but congratulate to him. I think he drove exceptionally well. We tried our best and he was the better man for that. As far as Class P is concerned, yes, a big thank you to Graham and Dean for preparing the car. It's easy to drive a car that's decently prepared. It was a lot of hard work. We drove our hearts out, and to the rest of the guys in Class P, a big thank you to them, because without them, it can't be a class. And it was a wonderful year. Thank you very much.
It certainly was. Lee Thompson taking the overall in Class A. Jake Jacobs takes Class P. Dean Lester ends up as Class B and Yanni van Rooyen your Class C champion. 2009 Goldwagen Challenge brought to you by Goldwagen. A fantastic season. We look forward to 2010.